Hello everyone, it's Denise. So I'm on here again to share a little testimony with you guys about fasting. Or one of the things about fasting. So first, most of my life I did cleaning hotel rooms, right? And from a young age, I'll admit I partied a lot most of my life from a very young age. And I dropped out of school at a very young age, right? It wasn't good. Because they said I had ADD and ADHD, but I'm not claiming that because I'm healed and delivered, right? But anyway, so I dropped out in grade 8 at a very young age because I just thought there's something wrong with me, school's not for me, and I just partied at a very young age. So anyway, my lower back was bad most of my life, and I never got it tested, nothing. But when I was on income assistance before, right, I got this is later on because most of my life, I'll admit, I was addicted to Percocets, right, and they helped with my back pain, plus gave me energy. It was a really bad addiction. So I was on those for a big part of my life, and it helped with the pain, right, but I got off them because when I finally started giving my life to Jesus, I didn't want to do that anymore, right? So I got off them, and then when I was on income assistance at one point in my life again, I got a hotel job again, cleaning rooms. But I went to do it without pills in me, right? I've never really done that. So I didn't even last 4 days. I was walking around like I was crippled. And that's when they said at income assistance that, okay, we're sending you back to school. Guys, I was horrified. One of my biggest fears was going back to school because when I was young, I used to say always before I'd go to school, okay, I'm going to do a really good time. I'm going to do a really good job this time. I'm going to go to school. But as soon as I get in the classroom, I couldn't focus on the teacher. I was just too into everyone else around me because of the learning disability, right? So when they told me I had to go back to school, oh, sorry, I got to backtrack a bit. Sorry, guys, I jumped ahead. So income assistants told me, well, we're going to get your back tested. The doctor said I had degenerative disc disease, which I'm not claiming either, that I have that anymore because I'm healed, right? But they said I had that, so that made sense why my back hurt so much. So they said, you're going back to school. I was horrified, right? Because I used to have nightmares too, right? I used to have nightmares about going into the school, and then I'd run out in terror, right? So when they told me I had to go back to school, oh my goodness, I was so scared. I remember going in my parents' basement, pacing, crying, saying, God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do, right? And I heard him say to me, pray, fast, and trust me. And as soon as I heard him say that to me, it's like my shoulders dropped. And I was like, okay, yes, pray, fast, and trust you. So I had to start from scratch. I had to start right from grade 8 math and pick 3 or 4 other courses, right? So, but because I was so scared, right, I was fasting. My prayer and fasting was that God would make me very intelligent and that I would get my grades really fast and I would get really good grades, right? So I was fasting, and I'm telling you guys, when I fasted and I went to school, my mind was more clear, I was more calm, I was getting good grades, and I got my grade 12 really fast because of what God told me, pray, fast, and trust me. So anyways, I moved to Timmins after, when it was because the COVID stuff was going on, right? I moved to Timmins, and they were going to have the graduation. They were going to have the graduation online, right? Which I didn't attend because I'll admit I started backsliding again, partying, which wasn't good, right? So I totally forgot about the graduation, right? And guys, because of praying and fasting and doing what God told me to do, I received a $500 check in the mail from the college. I didn't even know I won a $500 award at the graduation for getting really good grades really fast. And even when one of my fasting and prayer was that I would get good grades really fast. I would get my grade 12 really fast with good grades. Also, that would make me intelligent. And I remember the more I was fasting, I was using words I didn't use before and everything. I'm telling you guys, fasting does wonders. If you want breakthrough, fast. And it's not even just for the spiritual reasons. Like you gotta detox your body, right? Like you gotta cleanse. And the more you fight your flesh, right? The more better you'll behave. So I just thought I just thought I'd get on here and share that testimony with you guys. Anyways, I love you guys. God bless.